Hey, Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, we're going to go over, of course, that drop on the Bitcoin chart. Now, if you can just take a look at altcoins really quick, we do see the majority of them are in red as follows Bitcoin. And we are not at the level that we needed to regain in order to successfully hold that Bollinger Band's midline on the weekly. And guys, as I've mentioned multiple times, that as long as we are above the line that we are in a bull market, bull market, bull market, bull market, bull market. And of course, if we drop below that line, then unfortunately we do enter, right, a bear market, bear market, bear market, bear market. And are we entering another bear market or not? That's the question. Of course, September does tend to be a down month in trading. And so if we are able to just skirt sideways or perhaps just have a little bit of a deeper pullback and then pop back up above that Bollinger Band midline and perhaps turn it back to a positive slope, then all will be well. And perhaps we could just have a continuation such as this run over here, perhaps without the Corona dump. However, at the current point in time, we do have to consider that there may be more price action to the downside. I do just want to pop over to the daily chart so that we can take a look at the key levels that I did present to you in the last video. And if we do take a look at those, you can see that the neutral point of control was all the way there at 27,000, approximately 500. And I did mention we would have to hold that area if you expected to see a continuation to the bullish control zone. Of course, failing that, then we could find ourselves back testing the bearish control zone, which would be a huge red flag. And as you can see, we just basically perfectly pin precision tapped that volatility pool, pardon me, the momentum pool that I did present for you. And we are holding it at the current moment. But should we lose this area, then of course we could have a significant drop below us. Now, we also presented the 6-hour inside of the Discord. The link to the group discussion is in the description of the video below. And of course, this was just a little bit of an update for the group, seeing as what was happening pretty fast. And we did get embedded inside of this 6-hour pool there. And of course, getting embedded inside of the pool and then losing the volatility pivot meant that there was a good chance that we could fall out of this bullish control zone. And you do see that rejection wick right here, approximately at 27,400. Of course, on the daily, our number was 27,500 to hold. But on the 6-hour here, we had a little bit more of a buffer room. But even we got a rejection wick off of that. And you see the catastrophic result that happens. And it filled the pool almost precisely here between the volatility pivot and the neutral point of control, meaning that bulls did give up their position quite sharply. Of course, we are now at the neutral point of control based upon this older chart. And that means that that fight is continuing right now with bears, attempting to gain a little bit of an advantage. And then, of course, I gave a 1-hour update also in the group, which just puts a little bit finer detail. And so if you do want these warnings, which can give you a significant heads up on what type of position to take, then you should join the Discord. The group gives all sorts of good information. And here you can see that our line in the sand was right here at the bottom of the pool. And if we lost the pivot, then what could happen would be a catastrophic result, especially if we pushed past that bearish control zone on the 1-hour. Just a little bit more fine-grained detail if you want to control your trades just a little bit tighter. Then I do recommend joining the group. Guys, I am going to give you an update. So here are our new daily levels. And so at the end of the day, we're going to see, are we going to end up crossing this pool all the way down here to 25,000 25,500, where we might be able to hold the wicks that we've gotten significant bounces off of already, or maybe we have some type of bullish interaction off of that volatility pivot, or challenge this bearish control zone. Currently, we are continuing to push down. This isn't the strongest wick that I've ever seen. If we do get a nice bounce off here, that would be a good sign. Otherwise, I would expect us eventually to make some type of wick just to retest our lows, with this being just a mean reversion, not a return to the bull market or anything, but just a mean reversion that we had been hunting. And guys, a lot of you are asking, how did I know that we were going to stop at 28,000? Approximately 200 up here? Basically 28,000 is where I said you should take your profit. How come I didn't say, up here at this level up here where we actually dropped from? A lot of people were looking at that $29,000 level. I just want to point out that we did have a very strong and steep diagonal off of this head and shoulders over here. And if I do just pull out the neckline of that, you can see exactly where we crossed. And so my advice to you in the last episode was to take your profit at this level. We were literally up here on this wick. You can go watch the last video. And guys, if you didn't, I'm sorry, you just got a full retrace. I said you might want to buy back in if we were able to recapture that $29,000 level, or if we had a deeper pullback. And it looks like the deeper pullback scenario is what's happening. But you got to practice taking your profit. If you don't take that profit, then of course, it was all for naught, right? So please make that the most wonderful part of trading, taking your profit, and practice it regularly. Even if you think it could continue going, just put something in your pocket, right? Guys, let's go ahead and give you an update on the 6 hour, because the 6 hour is also pretty fresh here. And you can see that currently we are in a bearish orientation underneath the pool, and definitely below the pivot here at 27,280. So the 6 hour is not filling it, but of course we could get a mean reversion just to fill in some of this fair value gap up here somewhere around the neutral point of control. And if we're able to recapture that, then I would suggest that perhaps we're going to come back to test that volatility pivot, and then maybe it's going to be just a push and pull between the day and the 6 hour pool. But we are just waiting for these daily closures, and then we can take it by ear from there. Again, if you join the Discord, you can get regular updates, but otherwise we'll just have to see. Are we going to hold this level? Are we going to retap our lows? Or do we do something crazy and just flip this volatility pivot and push back up, and then flip this diagonal? So the current number that we're looking for is going to be somewhere around, again, that 28,000, just to see if we can hold above where we got rejected from. Guys, that's going to be it for today. That was your alpha. Stay safe and happy trading.